Main Quotes presents Pythagoras' secret quotes. Do not talk a little on many subjects, but much on a few. It is better whither to be silent, or to say things of more value than silence. Sooner throw a pearl at hazard than an idle or useless word. And do not say a little in many words, but a great deal in a few. No one is free who has not obtained the empire of himself. The most momentous thing in human life is the art of winning the soul to good or evil. There is geometry in the humming of the strings. There is music in the spacing of the spheres. Rest satisfied with doing well and leave others to talk of you as they will. There is nothing so easy but that it becomes difficult when you do it reluctantly. There is a good principle which created order, light, and man, and an evil principle which created chaos, darkness, and woman. Above all things, reverence yourself. Silence is better than unmeaning words. Strength of mind rests in sobriety, for this keeps your reason unclouded by passion. Beings have a soul. As long as man continues to be the ruthless destroyer of lower living beings, he will never know health or peace. For as long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other. Choose rather to be strong of soul than strong of body. A thought is an idea in transit. Virtue is harmony. Anger begins with folly and ends with repentance. Begin thus from the first act and proceed, and in conclusion, at the ill which thou hast done, be troubled and rejoice for the good. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. Concern should drive us into action and not into a depression. No man is free who cannot control himself. Do not say a little in many words, but a great deal in a few. As soon as laws are necessary for men, they are no longer fit for freedom. Reason is immortal, all else mortal. Friends are as companions on a journey, who ought to aid each other to persevere in the road to a happier life. Above the cloud with its shadow is the star with its light. Above all things, reverence thyself. Truth is so great a perfection that if God would render himself visible to men, he would choose light for his body and truth for his soul. Hate and fear breed a poison in the blood, which, if continued, affects eyes, ears, nose, and the organs of digestion. Therefore, it is not wise to hear and remember the unkind things others might say about you. Educate the children, and it won't be necessary to punish the men. Evolution is the law of life. Number is the law of the universe. Unity is the law of God. Each celestial body, in fact, each and every atom, produces a particular sound on account of its movement, its rhythm or vibration. All these sounds and vibrations form a universal harmony in which each element, while having it ig team element, while having it ig team, sown function and character, contributes to the whole. None can be free who is a slave to and ruled by his passions. Astonishing. Everything is intelligent. Learn to be silent. Let your quiet mind listen and absorb. No man is free who cannot control himself. A fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by silence. In anger, we should refrain both from speech and action. Lust weakens both body and mind. Rest satisfied with doing well, and leave others to talk of you as they please. Do not go to bed until you have gone over the day 3 times in your mind. What wrong did I do? What good did I accomplish? What did I forget to do? The experience of life in a finite, limited body is specifically for the purpose of discovering and manifesting supernatural existence. Don't try to cover your mistakes with false words. Rather, correct your mistakes with examination. Love that shines from within cannot be darkened by obstacles of the world of consequences. Above all things, respect yourself. If you have a wounded heart, touch it as little as you would an injured eye. There are only 2 remedies for the suffering of the soul: hope and patience. Know thyself, and thou wilt know the universe. We come from God, as the tree from the root and the stream from the spring. That's why we should always be in contact with Him, as the trunk from the root, because the stream dries up when it is separated from the spring, and the tree dies when it is uprooted. Some are slaves of ambition or money, but others are interested in understanding life itself. These give themselves the name of philosophers, and they value the contemplation and discovery of nature beyond all other pursuits. A man is never as big as when he is on his knees to help a child. Friendship is one soul in 2 bodies. Let no one persuade you by word or deed to do or say whatever is not best for you. The wise man should be prepared for everything that does not lie within his control. The highest goal of music is to connect one's soul to their divine nature, not entertainment. The soul of man is divided into 3 parts: intelligence, reason, and passion. Intelligence and passion are possessed by other animals, but reason by man alone. Declining from the public ways, walk in unfrequented paths. Numbers have a way of taking a man by the hand and leading him down the path of reason. God built the universe on numbers. Learn silence. With the quiet serenity of a meditative mind, listen, absorb, transcribe, and transform. The stars in the heavens sing a music, if only we had ears to hear. It is better to be silent than to dispute with the ignorant. If you're asked, "What is the silence?" respond, "It is the first stone of the wisdom's temple." Animals share with us the privilege of having a soul. There is no word or action but has its echo in eternity. Know that death comes to everyone, and that wealth will sometimes be acquired, sometimes lost. Whatever griefs mortals suffer by divine chance, whatever destiny you have, endure it and do not complain. But it is right to improve it as much as you can, and remember this: fate does not give very many of these griefs to good people. Envy has been, is, and shall be the destruction of many. What is there that envy hath not defamed, or malice left undefiled? Truly no good thing. Geometry is knowledge of the eternally existent. Souls never die, but always on quitting one abode pass to another. All things change, nothing perishes. The soul passes hither and thither, occupying now this body, now that. as a wax is stamped with certain figures, then melted, then stamped anew with others, yet it is always the same wax. So, the soul being always the same, yet wears at different times different forms. Respect yourself, the rest will follow. None but God is wise. Do not even think of doing what ought not to be done. Choose always the way that seems the best, however rough it may be. Custom will soon render it easy and agreeable. O my fellow men, do not defile your bodies with sinful foods. We have corn, we have apples, bending down the branches with their weight, and grapes swelling on the vines. There are sweet-flavored herbs and vegetables which can be cooked and softened over the fire, nor are you denied milk or thyme, scented honey. The earth affords a lavish supply of riches, of innocent foods, and offers you banquets that involve no bloodshed or slaughter. Only beasts satisfy their hunger with flesh, and not even all of those, because horses, cattle, and sheep live on grass. Allow not sleep to close your eyes before 3 times reflecting on your actions of the day. What deeds done well, what not, what left undone. Number is the within of all things. Better be mute than dispute with the ignorant. Practice justice in word and deed, and do not get in the habit of acting thoughtlessly about anything. Most men and women, by birth or nature, lack the means to advance in wealth or power, but all have the ability to advance in knowledge. Wealth is a weak anchor, and glory cannot support a man. This is the law of God, that virtue only is firm, and cannot be shaken by a tempest. The animals share with us the privilege of having a soul, alas. What wickedness to swallow flesh into our own flesh, to fatten our own flesh, to fatten our greedy bodies by cramming in other bodies, to have one living creature fed by the death of another. In the midst of such wealth as earth, the best of mothers provides, yet nothing satisfies you, but to behave like the Cyclopes, inflicting sorry wounds with cruel teeth. You cannot appease the hungry cravings of your wicked, gluttonous stomachs, except by destroying some other life. Alas, what wickedness to swallow flesh into our own flesh, to fatten our greedy bodies by cramming in other bodies, to have one living creature fed by the death of another. Salt is born of the purest parents, the sun and the sea. Consider before acting to avoid foolishness. It is the worthless man who speaks and acts thoughtlessly. So in life, some enter the services of fame and others money, but the best choice is that of those few who spend their time in the contemplation of nature, and as lovers of wisdom, write in the sand the flaws of your friend. If there be light, then there is darkness. If cold, heat. If height, depth. If height, depth. If solid, fluid. If hard, soft. If rough, smooth. If calm, tempest. If palm, tempest. If prom, tempest. If life, death. Wisdom, thoroughly learned, will never be forgotten. He is not rich that enjoyeth not his own goods. Truth is to be sought with a mind purified from the passions of the body. Having overcome evil things, thou shalt experience the union of the union mortal divinity with the mortal divinity with the mortal man. Be silent, or let thy words be worth more than silence. Let not sleep fall upon thy eyes till thou hast thrice reviewed the transactions of the past day. Where have I turned aside from rectitude? What have I been doing? What have I been doing? What have I left undone which I ought to have done? Every man has been made by God in order to acquire knowledge and contemplate. You should make great things, not promising great things. Without justice, no realm may prosper. You should help a man to take up a burden, but you should not help him put it back down. Do not spend in excess like one who is careless of what is good, nor be miserly. The mean is best in every case.